Hello and good morning. It is Thanksgiving morning. I just washed up for the day, made my bed, opened all the blinds in the house. Shaky voice. And now I am going to get ready, do my makeup and my hair really quick before I start cooking for Thanksgiving. And so I've been needing to vlog. What I've been needing to vlog about, because my vlogs are going to be coming out long overdue. What was going to be done in October, it's now about to be December 1st on Sunday. Anyways, we are needing to post a few things, such as like some intro stuff, some other things that have happened in the last month. I think I haven't vlogged in like a month. No, I haven't vlogged in 2 months. And that's because I have so much backed up vlog footage that I was like, until I upload that and post it, I don't need to be recording more just to pile up. A lot has happened since then. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the inspo behind my vlogs right now, and then we'll go from there. Also, I'm aware that I probably look wild, but you will see from my vlogs this is actually normal. Okay, so the vlogs. What was the inspo? I started my health journey middle of April, and that all came after going to do like a checkup of just like my blood work, my hormones with my doctor, getting the results back and kind of setting goals from there. Mainly at the time was my A1C number and my CRP. If you're not familiar, your A1C is like it's tied to your blood sugar. And so that number tells you how high or low it is. Basically, I don't know if those are the specific terms. If you're pre-diabetic, if you're diabetic, like with type 2, those types of things. And so starting at that time, I was pre-diabetic, and my CRP number also came through flagged, is your C-reactive protein. And your C-reactive protein is tied to inflammation in your body. And so that number tells you if you have inflammation going on and how bad that is. So those were my two issues: my insulin with like my blood sugar levels and inflammation in my body. Since then, I have got so again, this is since mid-April, I've got my A1C down to where I am not pre-diabetic anymore. That's good. And our focus since then, which I'm pretty sure has been since like June. No, maybe July. Since July, our focus has just then been the CRP, which is the inflammation number. And that is what we're still working on. One of the things we've implemented on top of a lot of supplements, which I've started a supplement routine to help with all of this, and my PCOS that I already have since March. And so we added to my supplement routine in July, mid-July, a semiglutide medication, specifically Wegovy is what I'm taking, all in hopes to just speed up the process of getting my CRP down, because it is very high, and just speeding along the process of our overall goal of, I've been practicing healthier habits, but again, just to get me there quicker. Weight loss is a goal of mine as well. Ultimately, all of these things I would like to get leveled, so that I could then attempt fertility methods again. So start off with just fertility medications. I've done Clomid before. I've done 2 rounds in 2019. And then I had to stop after that just because mentally I could feel myself getting in a negative space, so I stopped. But hopefully this lighting isn't like so dreadful. But anyways, yeah, that's the ultimate goal, and that's another reason why we're kind of trying to speed it up. In March, I'll be 35. And though I believe God's timing is greater than anything, and I love to stay on the thought of you're not behind, I also feel like an urgency to do my part more in this season. And so that is what I've been doing. Earlier this year, if you follow me, I've had coaching events. I had one in April. I also had one in May and June. Since then I haven't, because after my event in June, July is when I started my semiglutide, and my focus then shifted to my health. I feel like that's where my focus needs to be. And though, yes, you could do both, because of my relationship with food and exercise, and reprogramming that and revolving my schedule around complementing the changes I'm trying to make to be healthier, that takes all of my energy on top of just my normal duties of life. And so I felt like that has to be my focus now. I can put the coaching on pause. When it comes to life coaching, that for me, rather than like a career or a job, feels like a calling. It feels like a spiritual calling, and that is like a lifetime thing for me. And so I don't feel rushed to prove myself, to put out things when it comes to coaching and helping people. That's always a goal of mine, and whatever I do is finding ways to help and inspire people. But I had it come to me to where I needed to shift my focus and put it on me, and my health and my overall goal to start a family with Muka. And so that is exactly what I've been doing. And in that time frame, praying to Heavenly Father, still asking him like, okay, I know this is what I'm going to do. I'm shifting the focus on me and getting healthier, but let me know in this journey if there's anything I can do, or what should I do to still feed the goal I have of coaching and helping other people. And so in that, inspiration came to me of vlogging, that I need to vlog my journey, and that I need to share those vlogs, and that'll be ways to touch other people and to connect with other people that maybe are in the same season of struggling with their health and not knowing where to start, or working on their health but feeling alone, feeling discouraged. So that was the whole focus. I am back, and as you can see, my face and hair is done, and that is because my camera died. So had to charge that, and while doing so was getting ready. So I am now doing Thanksgiving baking, and while I do so, I'll chat with you more about, we talked about my health journey, what my focus was, the inspiration behind it, and then I'm going to talk about how that merged into walk with God and my thoughts behind that in my health journey. So at this time of starting to take supplements and eat better, watch my portions, all the things, I started walking every day. And to keep that like a habit at the time of just starting at walking, because mind you, I went from 0 exercise activity, period. Like, that wasn't a regular practice at all, any times a week. So Started with walks because that felt manageable. It was something that whenever I did do them, I enjoyed, and it was something that was moving my body. And I still got out of breath while doing it, but I enjoyed it. So I had the inspiration because I had just turned 34 to do 34 days of walking. And so that's how that started. And the walks, as I started doing them, I started listening to worship playlists while I would walk. And it really ended up being like a worship experience, or like a very spiritual, sacred experience for me doing those walks, because I just felt super in tune with the spirit. I would feel overwhelmed with gratitude. I would get inspiration, I feel, different answers or things that I needed to do or implement in my life. Like, all that came from my walks. When I was outside, walking in nature, listening to my worship music playlist, it just was amazing. And so I don't know, but during that time frame, during one of my walks, because I was posting it each day for accountability, it came to my head that they're walks with God, because that's what it felt like for me in becoming like a sacred practice. And so I started calling them that, walks with God. And that thought of walks with God felt like such a deep meaning for my life in general, because I felt like that was everything I was doing in the moment. Don't mind if I'm not looking at you directly. It's because I'm also in the process of this cake. So walks with God was born, as far as the saying. And so I looked at my walks as that, and then the more I thought of that each day as I posted my walks with God, I realized just like the deeper meaning behind it in the season of my life. Your journey with your health is very much that. It can be that, a walk with God. And for me, I know in every other area of my life, God has to be involved. He has to be the one to direct my path in what I'm going to do, and making sure I'm aligned with what He's wanting me to do. But because health is an area that I've always kind of just had a disconnect with, I've never thought of it in that sense. And it wasn't until like really thinking about walks with God in connection to my life and remembering like this body and this life I was given was a gift. And in order to live this life fully in the way that I feel I am meant to, that He's gifted me to, I need to have my health. Like, health is so much more than my whole life looking at it as something tied to a superficial level. Like, health is just equated to how you look. And as a woman, it's so important of how you look, and having to look a certain way to be worthy, to be acceptable, to be complimented, to be beautiful. And the last several years of what I've worked on with self-love has all led me to this realization of it's so much more than that. Like, that is actually the least important product, or the least important part. Like, if anything, that's a byproduct, at least just appearance wise, in connection with how your body changes. But that's not the purpose. That's not the focus. That's not the why behind health and Heavenly Father wanting us to be healthy. And I mean, we've learned in church since we were young, like, our bodies are a temple. So how am I handling this temple? Like, even just thinking, ever since volunteering to help clean the temple, like, that thought came in my head after like cleaning the temple, of what lessons can I learn from how you clean the temple. And if you volunteer to go clean one of the LDS temples, like, the temple is very much clean when you go to show up, but it's a whole production. And they're very specific of like how you clean, and very thorough. And that's how the temple is able to be in the state that it is when you visit. And so in just relating it to myself, of it has to be consistent efforts. There has to be consistent upkeep and attention given to this temple that I was entrusted with, for service to be done. The temple is used for sacred services, ordinances that could be done for ourselves and other people. Well, that is the same as my temple. Sacred things will happen when I keep my temple clean for the Spirit to be felt, to bless myself and others. So ways that I keep this temple clean is by focusing on my health. And so it turned into not just my actual walks with God each day, but it turned into seeing this whole health journey that I'm on and still on. This is months later that I'm recording this, but this health journey that I'm still on as a walk with God, as I tried to involve Him, because I know my relationship with food. I know my relationship with exercise. I know my relationship with my infertility and my hormones, and what a struggle it is in figuring that out. And so just like any other area, I need His help. I need Him involved in the details, in getting me through this, in helping me to have the ears to hear the things that I need to know that will help with my body, with my health, with my hormones. I need to have the eyes to see the things that are going to be beneficial and help me, and I need to have the heart and the courage to be open to making those changes and leaving behind my old habits. So that is why this health journey is my walk with God, and that is what season I'm in, and that is the inspiration behind these vlogs that I'm sharing. Just me sharing the honest look of what this looks like in this season. It's not exciting, but it's real, and it is more so simple, unexciting things of my day-to-day with my health. And a lot of it is me talking of thoughts, things that I've learned, ways that I'm feeling, both good and bad, of this journey. And so I hope that it's something that resonates with you, that makes you feel seen, or that you feel called to start your walk with God as well when it comes to your health and cleaning up and purifying your temple.